Hi everyone, I'm sat with John Coulthard, our Head of Graphic Design for WCF, today to talk about John's journey with WCF since he joined us. So thanks John, thanks for being free to have this session with me and to share your story with everybody watching. So would you mind just starting off with when did you join WCF and what role was that?
I joined in 2001 and I'd worked for a company in Carlisle since '96 called Bordigo, and we did all the colour retouching for WCF. And I worked with Dave Thompson downstairs. And 2001 comes around and the owner of that company decided he wanted to retire. We approached Ian Stewart, the MD at the time, about buying the business, which Ian duly did. And so myself and Dave then became part of WCF. Can't believe that was 23 years ago. In that time, I've worked as a graphic designer and retoucher mainly. And then I think it was 4 years ago now, Tracy made me head of graphic design for home shopping. So we were tackling the catalogues, retouching, all the branding, that sort of thing. And then 2 years ago, Joe and Tracy had a conversation and made me head of graphic design for a group, which was a big change.
In what way?
We were suddenly looking after a lot more businesses, for one thing. And I think I, at the time, underestimated how much people would want from us. But it's been fantastic, for myself and my guys. It means a great variety of work. 1 minute you can be working on a fire sign for a campsite. Next minute you work on a catalogue, or you work on a website for fuels. And then suddenly someone will get in touch with you and say, can you design an air freshener in the style of a fuels wagon? So you never quite know what you're going to be doing from day to day.
Yeah, I suppose it keeps that variety going.
Well, it is, it's variety. Home shopping, we produce over 40 catalogues a year. And it is a hamster wheel of production. So the jobs from the other parts of the business, they add that little bit of variety for us.
So how many people have you got in your team?
There's 5 of us in total. There's myself, there's Linda Scott, who's now been with the business for 41 years, if I remember rightly. Scott Fretwell, it's come up to his 20th anniversary with the company. We've got Rachel Johnson. Rachel's been with us for 4 years now. And we've got Meredith, and she's been with us for 7 years now.
Amazing. So
that's the 5 of us.
Yeah. So in terms of that transition of joining WCF, managing a team, leading a team, what over those years did you, in terms of leadership development, what opportunities was presented to you and what have you undertaken?
There's been a few on that front. I think, as you know, when I took on the role of head of graphic design, there was quite a bit of imposter syndrome, which we've discussed at length, and you've been a great help on that front. I was asked by yourself if I wanted to go on leadership courses with Harry Marsland, which I duly did. And I will hold my hands up and think, okay, what's this going to be like? What's this going to be like? Is it going to be very corporate? But it wasn't. We have a speaker every morning, and then we work amongst ourselves in the afternoon, what we've learned in the morning, we work on issue processing. And I found both aspects of that extremely valuable. The speakers are always fantastic, but more and more as time goes on, it's the issue processing in the afternoon, which I find very valuable because you can then take that away. And you can use that in your private life as well as your work life. It's really handy. That's been a great help. Also, just talking with other GMs, talking with other leaders within the company at these events, and you realise that sometimes we all struggle with leadership. It's not an easy thing. You don't just pick it up overnight. I think all of us are always learning.
So in terms of those sessions and those speakers, what has been a standout one for you that you really enjoyed or took the most benefit from?
There's been, they're all great, but I've always enjoyed a guy, Brad Waldron, who's a great speaker, very engaging. But there's a lady called Lynn Leahy who's talked to us about coaching before. I found that really, really interesting. Now, on the back of that, we had a conversation last year. You asked some people what would they like from their career with WCF. And I said to you, I mean, I love branding, obviously, that's part of my role, but I'm interested in helping people, in coaching and mentoring. Now, we've just taken on a new starter within the company, and she's been given to myself. I'm to mentor her. We had our first meeting on Tuesday, and that was fantastic. Really enjoyed that. So I'm really enjoying the idea of almost, to an extent, a dual role, whereby, yes, I am obviously doing a lot of branding, a lot of work on how the company looks. But as a 49-year-old, if I can start giving something back to people, that will be absolutely phenomenal. That would be a wonderful thing to do. It's certainly an avenue that I'm really excited to be going down. Now, I've also struggled with imposter syndrome. In the last few years, we've had lots of conversations about that.
Yeah. Shared experience.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we speak to a lot of people across the company on every level. There's quite a lot of struggle with imposter syndrome. And, on the back of that, I've had counselling sessions on the subject, which have been, 6 months later, fantastic. Absolutely, I mean, I can't talk highly enough of them. Now, I've taken a lot from those. So, as I say, if I can start giving back to people based on that experience and previous life experiences, that would be fantastic. That'd be a whole extra dimension to my job to enjoy.
Yeah, wonderful. So if somebody's watching right now that doesn't work for WCF and is looking at us thinking, I wonder if that's the place for me, what advice would you give them?
Apply. Every single part of WCF is very different. I think that's part of the fun of the place, the diversity of work that you get to look at. We have, share schemes, we have pension schemes, flexible working if you want it. And you've got a chance for progression. I started off as a graphic designer working for WCF 23 years ago. And now, I never thought I'd end up as the head of graphic design. I certainly never thought I'd end up mentoring people or on leadership courses. We've joked about it before, if someone had said that to me 10 years ago, I just thought, what on earth? No. And here we are, and it's WCF that's given me those opportunities.
Amazing. Thank you very much, John. That was great.
You're welcome.
Thank you.